Okay. Don't have a sound. Yeah. Well, we're going into calc straight away. So basically, last stream we only did calcing, which was a long time of calcing. But what we did manage to do is calc the Mason, Colin, so those are the two Arborg mine fights, and Jonathan. So it's the gym, the first trainer of the gym. And the second trainer of the gym, we did calc on paper, but we haven't gone through it again. Let me first put on some music, because I have to go through it again, click all the moves, see if everything checks out still. I have my XP updated, XP situation. At this point, Nido Queen should be at 327 XP left. This is, I think, 263 is what I'm expecting to get in the next fight. Because I'm expecting, just double checking, expecting Nido Queen to switch in on the Magpie and switch out on the Kabuto. Switch in on the Magpie would be 137, and switch out on Kabuto would be 126. 126 plus 137. Yeah, that checks out. That would be 2663. So we needed to stay under this number, or in this fight, or under this number after the fight, 263. I mean over, because we need the 263. So that should still be fine. It's looking really good actually. So that would mean that if all those calcs are correct, that put on some music. Let's do inspiring. Sure. So yeah, if everything is correct, then nobody should be over level 16. So it would mean we will have maximum options for Roark. Oh, the chestnut can have... What? Okay, well, just checking the Discord. Checking the discussion, basically. So let's empty our box. So this should be the box that we have coming out of the Jonathan fight. So in this fight we should open with Skitty. I think the current level should be fine. We can boost it to 16 if need be. I don't think we are going to need it. Also, I don't think it's going to matter actually, because just do this. Hey, update available. Updated some trainer flags, changed some. Increase priority to explain AI behavior. Okay. Sure. Yeah, so we have to do that again. Skitty against Shieldon. I mean, this is not grading anyway. So if I make this 16, it doesn't do more damage. Well, only highest roll will do more damage. And that could be interesting, but not necessarily. But also, there's no real point in not doing it. So let's just assume, let's just do it. There is no risk at all. Skitty still have 7-1? Didn't we use Skitty last battle? Apparently we didn't. We didn't even bring it last battle, so we only brought it. During the call-in fight. And the Mason fight. Then Skitty was 13. Change Skitty to 15 here. Ah, but we changed the line. Yeah, we changed the line for it to be Slugma. That's why Skitty didn't get the XP. Oh, that's fine. Anyway, we can make Skitty 16 here. That's fine. Just need to check in the XP table fast. 16. 7-1 here. Oh shit, I checked. I had the medium fast written there. It's actually crazy. 16. Medium fast is 271. Fast is 576. Wow. I almost screwed that one up. Did I put Delibird? anywhere. I never leveled it up. So this kitty actually is not 721. It's fast, so it's 576 actually. So it's a costly mistake to make. Love disk fast. So this then also is not correct. I basically just took it from here, I think. Love disk. Fast 654. I did do it correctly here, 654. And then just took something off. Oh, that would be nasty making a mistake there. Medium fast. Okay, that's correct. Medium slow. That's correct. Aaron, 15 slow. It's not correct, but that's because it was already 15, right? It was already at 664. Oh, that's already now at 664. Okay, that's its current value. I think the rest should be fine, right? Delibird is fast. Just make sure. Fast 14. So he's at a 505. Well, that one doesn't matter actually. It should be a 576. Do you know what I probably did? I just upped it this way. Oh, that's stupid. Okay, that's really stupid. So 576 on the second Delibird has. Let me just bring up the calc real quick. It's going to be 148 plus 56 49. It's 353 for Delibird. Minus 69. It's 284 into the next level. 284 plus 292. I'm exactly at 576. So I did do this correctly at least. Everything else looks like it is fine. So in this case, Slugma in at 721. That's fine. So I bring Skitty 16. Skitty 16 is 654. Okay, so we have that down. It's good. It does fake out. So the problem we have here is that we not use Grovel anywhere. It's a third wig. Use Grodel. So this line changed, so didn't use Grodel. I do think I didn't note which one to bring into the fight. I mean, I think the lines are pretty safe either way. Anyway, so what our problem is that Shieldon is up. And Shieldon wants to basically, well, wants to do two things. Wants to toxic, which can be annoying, and it wants to metal burst. Cannot do any other moves. What the metal burst does, it's basically like counter. So it just returns the damage I do to it, double back to me. And as you can see, I can try to kill it in 2 turns. If I do too much damage and it metal bursts, it just outright kills me. But if it doesn't do that and it toxics me, then I'm poisoned. I want neither. So I was thinking, what if I bring in Skitty? I don't care if it gets toxic, because I'm not going to need it for the rest of the fight. And if you see, Stomp does a minimum of 33, and Shieldon has a 37 HP, so there's 4 HP that is unaccounted for. I mean, I could high roll, of course, but I'm not going to gamble, because if for whatever reason I do 36 and it middle bursts, it will be the end of me. My Grodel, and I want to keep it alive. So I'm going to count with min roll, because I want to make sure that my biggest damage output kills it outright. Right, so I will send in Skitty. First turn fake out always. It's actually level 6 then, if I bring it level 6. Fake out, which does 1 damage, possibly 2, which would be better. We'll take the flinch, and then I can quick attack. That will, in worst case, that will have done 2 damage, and I need 2 more to be able to kill it. So a lot of things can happen in the meantime. Well, after this one, nothing obviously. Then I get another quick attack off, and it will respond with either Toxic or Metal Burst. I don't really have to check the eye because I don't really care. The best case scenario would be if it Toxics me at some point. Metal Burst is going to do nothing. If I do 1, then it's going to do 2 damage against me. If I do 2, it's going to do 4 against me. That's not bad. I am thinking that I maybe did not count for sand in this battle. That might be something to at least keep in mind. For the Skitty, it doesn't matter, because I just need fake out. It's a free turn. Let me just already write that down, right? So fake out for 1. Just assume we do 1. I have 64 health. Then I get sand damage by, let me just grab this from the previous one. Just put it here. Basically we don't calc with spikes. I want the sand. Okay, I don't even know currently. Let's just add Skitty here. Sand will be, let's calculate real quick. 7 times 12.5. 5 cent damage. So 5 cent 5. HP will be 41. Turn 1, Shieldon will be finished. And nothing happens. Turn 2. I'll just calc out both situations. I quick attack. Or 1. HP something. It will. I'll just count with all the metal bursts and all the toxics, but I'm guessing. Let me just check the AI real quick. Maybe there's a definite answer here that I can. So I mean, if I am poisoned, it is always going to click metal burst. But if I am not, so if the user has a move that inflicts damage, it does, but I don't think it sees the damage because its metal burst is a 0 base power damage. It only damages off of my attack, so it might not see it as a damaging move. And my health is either my health or its health is below 51%, it will not click it. Because then there would be no value. It doesn't have protect or detect. So at least it's not incentivized, nor is it decentivized currently. The move is on my Skitty not super effective. So basically there's a 0. Right? There's a 0 score, which is just neutral. We go to metal burst. Doesn't apply, doesn't apply, doesn't apply. If the user will attack before the target, it's not the case. Yeah, because we outspeed. It's not super effective either. So it's no change. If the foe is asleep, infatuated or confused. Yeah, because it will not do any damage if I don't do damage to it. I don't have any of these moves. This is not the case. It's not the case. It's a 25% chance to score +1. Both is not the case. So basically this is all we have to work with. So it has a currently 25% chance to +1. And it has a on metal burst, and it will always have 0. So I would say that there's a 25% chance. And then after 50% chance for it to go metal burst. So then there's a 75% and then a 50% chance to click. Yeah, so it's more likely to metal burst, but it can definitely toxic. It doesn't have the setup AI, so it's not extra incentivized to set up toxic necessarily. we can just plan out both scenarios. So we can say, let's say at toxic first turn. Oh, actually flinched, but then HP would be 36, right? Toxic HP would be 35, and again, this is only when I do minimum damage. If I do 2 damage at any point, I can just switch out. But I want to be toxic at some point. So depending on how the line works, I might have to pre-damage or maybe even pre-status. Because if I pre-toxic, for example, my Skitty, it'll never click toxic anyway. So I could manipulate it like that. I might have to, but we have to see how the damage rolls at this point. Maybe I could... I mean, I have the sticky barb at this point, right? So you could even do some sticky barb shenanigans. It could be a pretty cool line, actually. I'd use that on Roark. That would be really cool. So toxics. That doesn't damage me. Then I get sand damage. I don't know what happens first. I also don't think it really matters. Toxic would be... How does toxic work again? Is it doubling? Doubles, doubles, doubles? So it will be HP max divided by 16. I mean, to be fair, I don't necessarily need a Skitty for this. I could probably, now that I didn't use Roselia that much, it was before I was calcing with Roselia being... Well, I need Roselia for this fight, so... I was thinking maybe... I don't know. Make him... No, that's not gonna work. Never mind. I mean, it's not necessarily Skitty that needs to do this. Just any mon that can just get it to... get a little bit chip off, riskless, it can make sure that when I send in Grodel, it doesn't get hit with a toxic. That's basically all I need. And then Skitty or whichever mon that is can be benched for the rest of the fight, basically. But then I need to calc this toxic well, so I need to know. Toxic now separate from other forms of recurrent damage. Toxic cannot affect targets with immunity. When it becomes... Just... Toxic will no longer have its status change to regular poison. Yeah, okay. I don't care about after the battle. Currently. Check the master sheet also. Moves. Check toxic. Is there something to... Badly poisons. Poison. Blocked by protect. Blocked by... What is this? Magic code. Snatch. Remove. King rock. HP bars. Remove target Okay. Accuracy 100. Okay, so this doesn't necessarily help me that much. Check Vamp here as well. Fasting. So if it didn't change, damage done is n/16ths of the Pokemon's maximum HP rounded down, but not less than 1, where n starts at 1, it decreases each time it takes damage from poison or leech seed. What? No way. I mean, well, that was separate, right? Okay. Yeah, I would hope so. Wow, that's crazy for Gen 1. Pokemon takes damage equal to n times HP max divided by 16. Okay, now I'm just going to ask toxic damage rounding G4. Round it down to the nearest integer. Starting at n is 1 for the first turn, increasing by 1 each turn. Damage is calculated as a fraction of maximum HP. Always deal at least 1 HP damage, capping at a maximum of 15. Basically dead at that point. 1, 2 times, 3 times, and so on. Key mechanics, rounding value. Is always rounded down before multiplying. It's rounded down before multiplying by the turn count. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so knowing that, it's actually a vital piece of information. So, we look at Skitty. Skitty has 46 HP. Divided by 100 times 6.25. Already did this times 6.25, which is 160. Times 6.25. That's 1/16. So that's actually 2 times n. So sand comes in first, which makes it 36. 10 toxic times 1 is 2 HP 34. Okay, so we're already down to 1/3 of our HP, more or less. 1/4. No, 2 3/4. Sorry, there's 1/4 off. It's already quite quick. That sand damage really doing work. So let's say we do that again. Did it do? That's if it does toxic. In the next turn, we will not use toxic for sure, because it will use metal burst. It will metal burst for 2 damage. Take another damage from 3. Quick attack. So depending how this goes, I might need to use a different one. Because I cannot expect fake out to crit or to high roll in. I mean, I can hope, but I cannot expect it. So this will be 34 minus the damage of metal burst. It's 32. Then we have sand, 5. HP would be 27. Toxic would be toxic times 2. Would be 4. HP would be 23. I think it can work. 4. Another quick attack. 1. Just get the HP. Is 21. Metal bursts again. Takes my quick attack damage. Takes the metal burst damage. 5 HP. 16 toxic times 3. 6 HP. 10. So obviously the toxic does the most damage here. It's like 12. Whereas his attacks would only, even if it metal bursts 3 times, it would do 6 damage. So like half. Well, so obviously sand does a lot of damage as well. Toxic only being 2 is actually quite interesting. I'll take it. I mean, this should be this calc should be correct. All the data I can find. So it will metal burst again. For 0. HP would stay 33. It doesn't get sand damage, by the way. Total HP would be... so Growl comes in. I'm not sure if Metal Burst can crit. If it can crit, would do double damage. If that is the case, it would have done 4 damage extra. I would still be fine, I think. now it doesn't do any damage. It will not toxic because I am toxic. It becomes more of an issue if it does not toxic. Because if it does not toxic, then if it does not toxic, then basically I still risk every turn, I risk switching in on the toxic, which doesn't have to be huge, but I want Crodle to be as healthy as possible. So this should always be the line. Only difference between this line and just Crodle doing it twice is basically that's 2 sand turns. Now switching in and attacking is also 2 sand turns, so it doesn't really matter sand damage wise. Crodle comes in, that's 52 HP, gets sand damage, which is 6. HP would be 46. It still doesn't do anything to me, so we stomp for 33 damage. HP is 46. Sand 6. HP 40. Best we can do in this case. HP would be 77%. 6 doesn't get anything off because Crodle is faster, believe it or not. So that would be killed. Plus 232 XP. That would be 116 XP for Skippy. 116 XP Crodle. It can take 585, so it has some leeway. Okay, so Crodle kills. So it means we have some things like fire, poison. So these both see a super effective move. These two don't. Basically poison and fire poison, but this guy is fire fire and this guy is rock type, so we'll switch in Magby. Let's just do that. So we get Magby on turn 7, where we switch out, obviously, because Crodle cannot take a Magby, because Magby doesn't one-shot actually. but it can hybrid crit for 42 damage, which would kill us. So, depending if there would be a scenario it didn't take a lot of damage. I don't think that's happening because that's already... No, I didn't take any damage from him. I only took damage from Sand, so that's not happening. That's not even a roll. I know 100% I'll be there with 40 HP. So I'm not going to risk the high roll crit. But if I could take it, I could one hit him with Stomp. But also that would mess up the line, right? So let's not do that. We switch to Nido Queen. Nido Queen HP will be something because Magpie will definitely Flame Wheel. In theory, it could Mach Punch because it sees the priority. So maybe that's a thing. I don't think it is. So it sees highest damaging move, which is Flame Wheel. And it sees it for 42 damage on Grodel. But we switch to Nido Queen. And Flame Wheel only does maximum of 10 damage. Flame Wheel, 10 damage. That's it. So Nido Queen gets 10 damage, it will be at 47. Doesn't take Sand Chip because it's a ground type Pokemon. Then Nido Queen will Sludge. Sludge for 25 min roll. And Magpie will Flame Wheel again, probably, for 10 damage again. Doesn't really change. It does have Flame Body. What does Flame Body do? %30 chance to burn Pokemon that make contact. Contact is, I think, if I make contact with it, not if it makes contact with me. And Flame Wheel itself, when it burn, it does have a 10% chance to burn the target. So we'll calc with the burn damage. Sludge is special, so we don't care about that. And it has leftovers, which I think heals for 16. Yes, 16 on 16th, but it will take Sand Chip as well. That's actually what I didn't calc here. That's a good thing. So it would have 34 HP. It would have Sand Chip of 4, 12 and a half. So it would take 4 damage. HP would be 20, maybe 30. And leftovers would heal 2. HP would be 32, right? So then it Flame Wheels me. For 10. HP would be 37. And again, I don't get Chip, but I could get Burn. Let's say I get burned, just for the sake of it. Burn. How much does burn do? 1/8? Can I check that? Cannot. Burn Okay, high response. 1/8. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So the queen has no sand, but does have burn. For probably be a lot, right? 12.5. 7. Burn for 7. HP would be 14. Take the flame wheel again. Doesn't burn again, but will get the burn damage still. HP would be 23. Luckily, I will probably not need it again. And I would do sludge to it. It had 32. I do sludge to it for 25, so it would be down to 7. Then sanded 4. HP would be 3. Leftovers 2. HP would be 5. Right? Just I'm going to go over the numbers in a second. Turn 9. I will sludge again for 25. Queen. HP would be 23. Burn 7. HP 15. 16. I am faster, so 9 would make it be killed. Then we have 2, 7, 2, 7, 4 XP divided by Grodel, so plus 1, 3, 7 XP Grodel, and plus 1, 3, 7 XP for Nido. So far, so good. 16 HP. This is if everything goes wrong, right? I get max crit, I get all this bullshit. So then, Nido Queen is out. We just killed Magpie. Be at 0. Then we check. I always need to check this stuff. Game, where's my game? So I need to check. I don't need this actually. Poison ground. What is super effective against poison ground? Water, ice, ground, psychic. Water, ice, ground, psychic. I have a water here. That's it. I only have a water move on Kabuto. So it will send in Kabuto by that logic. Kabuto will come out. Is there any reason next one would be Roselia? Does Roselia one hit KO? Yeah, okay, so what I probably did is why stick around for another turn if Roselia is going to have to switch in and kill anyway. So probably Nido Queen is going to switch out. There's no real need, right? But Nido Queen being at 16 at this moment. Aquajet will be at 14, so it doesn't see kill. Aquajet is the highest damaging move. So there's a possibility that it will Aquajet. A big possibility, basically. What did the Lychee Berry do? If the HP falls below 25%, yeah, that's maybe also why I didn't want to damage it first, risking it to eat the Lychee Berry. Would be much more effective if I just switch into Roselia at this point, which it takes the Aquajet for 10. I could also calc with it taking the rollout, but there's no real reason why it would go for rollout. Cannot KO. Yeah, so it will get -1 and terminate. Is it 4 times effective? It's not against my Nidoqueen. And Aquajet is also not 4 times effective, it's 2 times. But Aquajet will not get the -1, so there's no reason to think it will not go for Aquajet. So, 10. Kabuto does Aquajet 4, 10 damage. Doesn't get Sand Chip because of the rock water typing. And switch to Roselia. Roselia HP would be 36. Sand. Let's calculate sand. It's 46 times 12 and a half would be 5. Sand 5, right? 5. HP would be 31. Turn 11. Roselia's faster. Kills with Mega Drain. Mega Drain. And we do that because we want the XP back. So the HP back. Mega Drain for 48. What if I say 2? Does it 6? Does that not work? 10? Oh, shit. Still, I don't know if it actually drains. Yeah, doesn't matter. I mean, it's full health, so I will drain 16. Right? So then 84. So my HP would still be 31. I mean, it probably will Aquajet. Oh, highest damaging move is actually rollout at this point. And rollout is also priority. It's -1 priority. So I don't outspeed it. It rollouts me for 21 effing damage. Maximum. 21. That's good. This guy, we were at 31. That's not the case anymore. We will be at 10. It's 31 minus 21 is 10. And we drain 16. HP would be 26. Sand Chip 5. HP would be 21. Killed plus 253. EXP, which would be 176. EXP for Nido Queen plus 176 EXP for Rosalia. Then Rosalia kills. There's no status effect, whatever. Lychee berry do. Did both have a lychee berry? This is a lychee berry. Yeah, but I kill it in one, so that there's nothing happens, right? So basically we kill this guy. With Rosalia. Rosalia has poison. Again, open the game. Poison. We have psychic. Fire. Psychic, fire, ice, flying. Ground, I think. Flying. What did I say? Psychic. Psychic, fire, ice. Fire, ice, flying. Second fire, ice, flying. Psychic, fire, ice, flying, and because I have to check this, because the nose pass doesn't see damaging moves. I know for sure these are not damaging. Maybe this could be seen as damaging, but I don't think so. But we can check. They don't see super effective moves. Then after that check, you check for maximum damage. Damage done by Kabuto with their moves, basically. There's only one that has actually damaging moves, so Larvitar would always then come out. Larvitar would always have to come out. So this is the line, and we have to check whether or not the seismic toss from nose pass is actually seen as non-damaging. Yeah, so what happens now? Larvitar comes out. Rosalia sees kill with everything, basically. But specifically mentioned clicking Razor Leaf here. Doesn't make sense, especially with the low HP. So this thing has Guts, Toxic Orb. But the first turn it comes out, the Toxic Orb does not proc. problem is that the guts means that it will get like I think like double the damage if it's statist. It gets 50% more damage if it's statist. And it doesn't lose attack from burn. Yeah. Okay. But this is toxic orb. So it will get damage from the get badly poisoned actually. And Facade does double the damage if the user is statist. So that would mean if it gets badly poisoned, now it does 22 with Facade, then it will do 50% more from the guts, and then Facade will do double damage. So then I'm guessing that Facade would do like maximum 33 from guts. Then it would do 66 on Facade. Is that true? Not that much. That's actually interesting. Maybe the calcs is a bit different. Maybe the order of the math is a bit different, but it's more or less what happens. So it's a rounding thing. It could also be a rounding thing. That's insane. Insane damage. It would one shot probably everything. You can put up the damage. Okay, it would not one shot everything, but most of my mons would be in a very bad shape against that. Theory, Fampi could take one. But the thing is, we want to be able to kill it as well. So for example, Aaron could be a good thing, but Aaron doesn't outspeed, so it gets then Larvitar gets to go twice, which would be an issue. It's basically right. Oh, actually, we don't need this one anymore. We don't need this one anymore. This one, this one. These are all the pre-evolutions that we know that we don't have. This one we don't have because we trade it for Slugma at this point. That's a Nidorina, not a Nidoran. It should be the box. So, but yeah, anyway, so what happens now is Roselia's out. Roselia is going to Mega Drain because that speeds. And it can kill it in one go, so this is healthy still. It doesn't outspeed. It could click rollout, so if it would actually be badly poisoned, then rollout could. I mean, that sees for 24, that sees a roll that can kill me because in the worst case scenario, again, we're always calculating worst case scenario. I would have 21 health. If it would click rollout, which it will not do, so that would be worst case, then I die to most rolls of crit. But luckily first turn that is not the case. And now that I think about it, that's actually worse for me. Well, should it ever go for, because the thing is, so what does the Facade AI say? If the target is burned, score +1 and terminate. Why would that be the case? Facade doesn't check my status, does it? The user is afflicted by non-volatile. This is perfect, actually. I think Damage is rollout to 12. Okay. So facade. Yes. Okay. We need to check on this. So let's just calculate out because this is going to be crucial. So I mean this turn it doesn't really matter because it's if it doesn't click protect, it is dead. Right? And I think there's a chance it will not click protect, but I think the chance is really low. Because basically this says if this is not the case, this is not the case, if the user is badly poisoned, so in the first turn it's not badly poisoned. So basically it wants to use the turn that is not badly poisoned, so basically not in Gut's range, to click to protect. And then after it's badly poisoned, it will never click protect again because it's hurting itself more than me, and it wants to attack with the Guts facade, basically. So this says if the foe is badly poisoned, that will be me. That's not the case. Not under effect of any of those things. Look at a +2. Else, 33% chance to score +2 and continue. And then unconditionally, so basically always, 50% chance to score -1 and continue. And then if the user's consecutive protection count is this is not the case. So basically it has a chance 30% if it rolls this. If it rolls this, it will 100% go for protect. That's it. And yeah, that's basically how this works. If it doesn't roll this and it doesn't roll this, it would be at 0 basically. So no change. And then we have rollout, which doesn't say anything other than if it can KO or if it doesn't KO and another move would deal more damage. Facade is exactly the same. But this says if the target is burned, paralyzed, poisoned, or badly poisoned. And this might be if the user is burned. This makes more sense because that's the whole idea of facade, right? So if this is the case, then we know for sure that it's going to facade and not rollout, which would be in our favor actually. The reason I say this is because rollout has priority, and highest roll rollout can can actually kill us. And it will go first because I don't have a priority move to counter, basically. There's no way for me to avoid that. So what will happen is this first turn is going to click either protect or facade. It should never go for rollout because none of its moves you kill. Facade does more damage, so rollout gets -1. So if it doesn't roll the 30% on the protect, it will go for facade. Which is not priority, so I should be faster. That would be the best scenario because we just kill it outright. So I always click Mega Drain in this case. Are there any PP issues? No. So we go for Mega Drain, which we expect. So if it kills, then we're fine because the next one we switch out basically. I think. But we'll have to see. But I'm going to expect the worst, so I do 0 damage. Our HP was 21. We get drained for... No, we don't get drained, sorry. We get sand 5. at 16. Let's okay, get 16. And it would protect, and basically nothing happens, right? But gets badly poisoned. This does not really matter, but let's calc it anyway. Gets badly poisoned. Poison something, HP something. Poison will start at 1/16th, right? It's 35 times 6.25, which would be 2. Toxic 1 is 2. Oh, that's not 2. It's not 2, it's then 33, sorry. So that's what happens, right? So 33. I would be at 16, which is low. At that point, am I at 16? I am at 16. At that point, so I'm at 16, it's at 33, it's badly poisoned. It will check Facade, which kills, so it gets a +4 for Facade. Rollout only sees damage for 12 maximum, so it doesn't see kill. So it sees kill on Facade, so it will always click Facade. It doesn't check crit because obviously rollout crit could definitely kill, and would be my worst nightmare. So, and it will never click protect. Would not never click protect, actually. I've seen it click protect multiple times. That could be a thing. So if it has, because protect gets gradually more hard. Can you see those percentages? Likely. Tell me the percentages actually moves. Yeah, it doesn't really say anything. Let's say protect chance. 4. Let's just check Bulbapedia, not the AI one. Gen 4. Success rate. Times half after each use, lowest 1/8. Priority +3. Times half. So what percentage would that be? As in 50% chance. How would we count that? First use. This is 1/3, but this said one. Gen 4 is half. Anyway, I mean, it's going to be. So this is not the case, this is still not the case. This is not the case. Okay, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. So it can get, let's say it rolls the +2, doesn't roll the -1, because it does already have one of these, then it will get a -1 and potentially another -1. So, and the facade sees a +4. So it will always click facade here, which would kill me outright. But in that case, I'm faster. And our Mega Drain works. So let's turn 13, Mega Drain again. 4. 84 damage as well. So the same amount of damage as on the Kabuto. 48, yeah. That's interesting. So it's 48 damage. I'm not sure how this works. Possible drain amount is 17. I'm just going to guess that it's going to drain half. So let's say it would be 16. That would make sense, right? So then you would be at 16. Drain for 16. Probably. Drain until 32. Get Senchi for 5. HP would be 27. And Larvitar would just be killed. Which would be plus 157 XP. And we only have no spells left. I would be at 27 again. No spells comes in. We get a bit of the same kind of thing, but in my calc I switched to 3 different mons, to Aaron and Bibarel, probably because I don't want the XP on Roselia. So I'm just going to have to pre-calc already the XP. So let's just copy everything here. It's going to be the new situation. This is going to be Roark. It's going to be Roark. And obviously this can go. Now we're going to calc XP, just so that we know where we stand. So we'll be at 116 Skitty. Would be 538. Then we would have Rodel, who has 585 minus 116 minus 137 equals 332. Or will be 332. Which will be Nido Queen. 27 minus 37 minus 176 equals 14. That's cutting it close. I mean, if it wouldn't work out, I'd probably have to figure out a riskier line because I'm going to need a queen for Roark, probably. 585 on Roselia minus 176 minus 157. So currently we're at 252. No pass would give more than 252. That's what I was afraid of. So I cannot kill no pass with Roselia alone, so I'd have to at least switch to another mon. Let's just put it here. 252. Just so you know what we have to deal with. So, I mean, we can. Let's say we crit all of our moves. Mega Drain, which is the one that I want to click, of course. Okay. Let's say it has solid rock. Let's see. It's actually increase damage from super effective moves by 25. That's fine. It had a Lumberry. That was going to be the status condition thing, right? Yeah. Okay. So basically, it comes in with 31. This thing. Cannot do anything. It's just stalling, basically. Toxic and Seismic Toss. Seismic Toss always does 12 damage. Because that's doing the damage equal to its level. Let me just open this. Always does 12 damage equal to its level. It has Toxic, Protect. So Protect is going to be the same thing as before. But then now it's like once it clicks Toxic, it's going to try and spam Protect as much as possible. So all the guys before, when they had Toxic, they couldn't do that. And this guy had Toxic on itself, so it's also different. And you don't want to Protect because it's hurting you. This guy is trying to hurt us with Toxic. So, but it has to click Toxic to do that, right? That makes a lot of sense. So it comes out. I don't want to risk, well, basically any of these rolls. So I'm not going to click Razor Leaf. I want to Mega Drain, but highest roll does kill, and then I would be screwed out of so it would be fine to switch back into Roselia at some point. I could do a few things. I could either for example, Stun Spore, or then make it get rid of the. So basically what I can do is I can bait the toxic. Does that make sense? The problem is if it protects once, then that means that I get, so it only protects the first turn. That means I get 5 cent damage. I would be at 5, so it would be at 22. Just from protecting. Next turn, it's probably going to toxic. Right? Cannot attract because we're the same gender. Probably doesn't see damage with seismic toss. So I'm guessing, and also doesn't see kill. I don't know if it can see damage with this. Either way, it doesn't see it, right? So then it would toxic me. Then I would get sand chip again, 17, and then toxic chip for 46 times 16th, right? So that would be 2. So would get 2 toxic damage. So that's maximum that I can do, realistically. Because if, for whatever reason, it does click seismic toss, well, I already get 5 cent damage, and then now 4 toxic, so I would be at 6. So if it did seismic toss, I mean, which could be possible, especially if it also could click protect, and I would just be whittled down. So best case scenario, I could make it lose its lumberry or pre-damage it a bit. I could also damage it a bit. I could, for example, do acid, which potentially could make it toxic. It's a defense drop, special defense drop. Is that something that could be, is it 100%? 10, ah. So that could be also an idea. So either way, I need to switch, right? Maybe, depending on the situation, because this is, I'm calculating with the worst situation imaginable, getting the most damage from the opponent, so probably this will be, definitely will be higher than this at some point. So then I could make the decision to try maybe an acid or try a stun sport just to see if I can make that work. But always I will have to switch out. And in this case I decided to switch to Aaron for multiple reasons, because Aaron doesn't get the sand chip. I just want to check the attract. Okay, attract doesn't see any special AI whatsoever. That's useful. So at least if I switch it in, it doesn't attract because it cannot attract Roselia, right? So we know for sure that it doesn't get attracted on the switch in. Doesn't get sand chip. So we switch to, there are some things possible here. So I'm not going to get damaged, maybe seismic tossed or toxic, basically. I mean, it's so difficult to calc because we have so many options here, because we don't know exactly what it's going to do. But basically, all I need to do is get an iron head off, right? That would be 18 damage. 13 damage left. Iron Head for 15. Which will be unknown. No sand chip. Maybe toxic. Maybe damaged a bit from seismic toss. So let's say I get 12 damage. I could take that 3 turns. Only 2 turns if it toxics me. I mean, we'd have to calc, right? But I could make it 16. Does that help? I mean, it does help. There's no reason to not do it. Give me some more HP. Doesn't do anything more damage-wise. Just the 2 HP might be meaningful. Let me see if that changes the toxic damage actually, because that could be huge. 5, which is 2. If it would be 42, would still be 2. Okay, so for toxic damage it's still the same. Yeah, so depending on how this goes, we can send in basically any mon that has some HP left. We could even switch. Let's see, what's this XP situation? We cannot send in Nido Queen, but apart from that, we could send in anybody. But according to the line, we try this, the Iron Head, 1 time, switch to Liberal. We don't know the HP, because we don't know what it's going to do. Switching the Bibarel. The Bibarel does take sand chip. 6 to be exact. And is the same gender, so it cannot be attracted. And Bibarel can basically 17 with my water gun for 10 minimum. So if here it becomes a bit unclear, like what happens. So at least sand 6, HP something. Here we get sand 6 as well, HP something. So basically at this stage we don't really know. What are my other options? Want to send out. Skitty's pretty dead. Grodel could still do it. Grodel has 332 XP left. So I could definitely send in Grodel and do the job. Also it doesn't get attracted. It's faster. So, I mean, if we cannot get this down, that would be such bad luck, right? Such bad luck. So then Nosepass does, I don't know, does get protect. Probably toxic. Let's check the toxic again. If it knows protect, it has a very high chance to first toxic. That would be best actually, because then if that happens, you would get it faster. Then it will toxic, extern, toxic on the switching. Oh, we're not switching in. So then it would toxic on the Roselia. Which is fine. Also because it has natural cure. So very high chance to toxic. So we can just take a chance, right? Then because it's already toxic, then it wants to click protect. Right, because we're toxic. So it will get a +2. So for sure it will protect. That's perfect for us, because if the toxic hits, that means we hit it with something cool. Then we can switch out while it protects, and that's fine. And then we start all over again. So let's say we acid. 10% chance to decrease the special stat. Right? I can acid for 3 damage. It's not a lot. I don't need to get rid of the Lumbering. I can acid, hope to get the special defense down. This guy is going to physical. Bibarel is going to water gun, so that is going to be special. So if the special defense is 1 stage down, the Bibarel also doesn't see the negative stat changes. Didn't know that was true. So it doesn't even matter for Bibarel. So then it's acid to move. I mean, I can stun Spore, get rid of the Lumberry, but then those other mons don't have a status move to pull off, and they're not going to bother. Then just acid for the 3 damage. I mean, that could be a thing. So then, for example, I would do 14 acid for 3. Roselia HP would be 27. No drain. HP would be sand would be 5. HP would be 22. So then this would be 15, 16, 17, 18. 14. It will do toxic. HP would be 28. Then it's going to click protect. HP 28. Switch, right? Still has high HP. This should still be everything. acid, toxic, 15 protect on switching, 16 toxic, HP would be 15, would be like 13. And this guy would be, should start at Heron. HP would be 40. Toxic times 1. HP would be 38. Switch to Bibarel, and then his HP would be 52, be 26, 40. Should look something like this, right? Switch to Bibarel. 17 would be protect. HP 13 and 18. That's the toxic again. 18 I do water gun. 10. HP 3. And Bibarel can just ride it out because it cannot get attracted. It can ride out the poison. Let's see what happens. Let's protect. It's one turn. It protects. Toxic, sorry. 18. Bibarel does 10 damage. And then poisoned. Toxic one time. In Bibarel's case is 3. HP would be 37. So let's say I would rather gun for 10. Two things can happen. Either it starts to protect stall, or if it doesn't do that, it goes for seismic toss, then it just straight up dies. Roark gets 12. Let's see, let's say it does protect first turn. HP would still be 3. 19. Organ would do 0. Get this. Okay, 64. Then it gets, oh no, it's 7. Send 6. 6, which is 25. And 20, it protects again. And it pulls it off because it also has to do that. Basically, we can just copy this line. It would be 20 and 0. We have 25 HP. Sand chip would be 19. Toxic 3 would be 9. Would be 10. Right. And if I'm not mistaken, and if we even get to this point, that would mean that protect, it just has a -2. So after the second protect, it will just not click it ever. So at that moment, it will not click protect, but it sees kill with seismic toss maybe. So it wants to seismic toss, but I'm faster. So, and I water gun again. Only thing I don't know is I water gun for 10. Obviously, if I do a bit more damage, if I water gun for, well, it's almost all 10 actually. You could also bite, right? Does headbutt also flinch? I think it does. Let's say, I mean, we can always switch in Grodel if things become really hairy. Let's say we do this. I have 10, die 4, toxic 4 would be 12, it would be -8. Even if we are faster. Let me just check the Discord real quick. See if I can get some answers from these guys. So sand chip I can take, toxic I cannot. So this quite crucial information actually. Luckily Grodel is male, so I can always switch it in if it becomes really difficult. It still has, should still have 40 HP left at this point. And it can spare the XP. Let's say we do it like this. We defeat the nose pass for 277 XP, which is divided by what do we bring for this fight? Turn 12. So Roselia, Aaron, Bibarel. Roselia. Roselia. Aaron. Bibarel. So I didn't count the Roselia new value, right? So this is remaining. 5-2 minus 9-2. It's 60 remaining. Roselia. Did I change Aaron already? For 18. Didn't I switch Aaron to 16 at this point? I think I did. Just save that shit. So I changed him to 6. No, to 16 for this fight. I mean, I should make all of them 16. Will change. Polygon without doing any more damage. Mud shot will actually. I could do mud shot. Does mud shot have something else than speed? No. I mean, that doesn't do. But yeah, for sure I would do. Then 54 times 6.25. Come on. 3. Calc 3. I did. So for Bibarel it doesn't make any difference. I go Aaron 16, slow 16, 1021, Bibarel medium fast, that's for this fight. And actually, I should also change it here. Then Aaron. So, what was it? First month Skitty? I did do Skitty already. 4, add it to Skitty. Then we get the Grodel. The Grodel. And switch to Nido Queen. I did do the Nido Queen already because of the 14. Then switch to Roselia. Just did Roselia. 60 left. I'm going to do the calc again. So 92 for Aaron. So Aaron would be. I mean, this is not necessary, but I'm just doing it for. Just a repetition because I want to make sure that I'm doing the calculations correctly for other stuff. 92 for Bibarel. 7 to 5. Let's do Roselia again. I have Roselia. 5, 8, 5. Minus 176. Minus 157. Minus 9, 2, 160. Looks fine. This looks fine. Did I get my answer? Probably not. Let me just ask this question to, instead of the Discord, because people are talking over each other, let me just ask it to Google. Okay, so that would be bad, but we have to change the calc a bit anyway. Because I am Bibarel will have 54. So it should be 6, right? 54 times 12.5. Still 6. Right. So 54 minus 6 would be 48. 48 minus 6 should be 42. Toxic, still 3. Should be 39. So I think we just saved 2 damage. Bibarel, 39, 33, 6, 27, 27, minus 6 would be 21, minus 9 would be 12, 12 minus 6 would be 6, 12 would be -6. Oh, 62. It will want to do toxic here. But if I am scared of this happening, I could do will not be killed, but it will be toxic. HP 3. 22 would be killed. Maybe protect. This could be a worse scenario. Here it would be killed. If so, normally I switch iron head, so 16 and with toxic. Yeah, I basically want to switch. I want to switch on the protector. No, I am actually. No, I'm switching on the toxic turn. I could switch on the protector. Switch on protect. And it wants the toxic, but then it's killed here. This would be the other scenario. Because then I would switch to brutal HP 40. Let's just grab this. HP 40, 76, 34. We will stomp or something, right? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Anything. Even Mega Drain. Mega Drain. For 9 HP, 34. Drain 4 HP, 38, and 6 HP, 32. The XP would even be more split because then we would have 277 divided by 4 would be 96. 69. 69, and then we would copy that for row. That would even be less risky. So those are my calcs. Okay. So these are my calcs until Roark. And then I would have basically be deathless. I would basically be deathless and have no overleveled mon, which is awesome. Only thing I want to do is just recalc some of these things, right? So I want to keep it like keep it to this. Let me just grab my things again. No, not this one. The other ones. So probably the first two don't have anything regarding sand or whatever. So the first one, I just want to see the 6 mon that we bring. Right? So in this case that would be Jonathan. So we don't use these. So for Jonathan, we are bringing Fanpy. I want to check. Just put in order as well. Order of appearance. Are we actually still doing Fanpy? Yes. We switch to Aaron. Then we switch to Leader Queen. We switch to Goldie. Beaver and Grodel are there for sure. Okay, so basically Fanpy is level 16 here. So let's just put it there as well because we want to be sure. 16. Level 16. HP. 65. 56. Aaron should be 15. Should be 15. HP is 40. We have Nido Queen. 16. Level 16. HP 57. Goldeen. 15, which probably going to switch to 16. So 15 currently, HP 42. Bibarel, in this case, I'm not using, but Bibarel is 15. Could even make it higher. 15 HP. Turtle level 16. HP 52. Just do it like this. Okay. 56. Times for spikes. 7. 9. Aaron. 40. We do spikes. 5. 6. Need a queen. Do 7. 9. Goldine. 5. Send 5 spikes 5. 7. Okay. Bibarel. 6. Send the spikes. 8. Ik moet Bibarel 16 van maken. Maakt dat uit. Bibarel dan wel 2 maal. So he gets 2 HP. Let's say we do spikes and sand. Still 6. So these are all calced correctly. Then let's just see what happens. In this case, it gets spiked. It's fine. It doesn't get sent. It's fine. Aaron gets sent in. Gets some damage. Apparently, takes either 5 damage or 6 damage. Apparently gets 20 damage, so it's 5 or 4. Makes sense. Switch to need a queen. Get some damage. Spike 7 or 9. That's correct. 7 is 44. 9 is 42. That's correct. Then does some. Also, they don't get sand. Apparently, get some damage here. The first turn, 6 damage difference. Nothing. 20 damage. Looks fine. Okay, so this one I didn't calc. This one I didn't calc. See, it's always good to double check. It's always good to double check. still have a third wick. Grow. Do we change it to grow? I mean, we could change it to grow. How much XP does Grodel still? 332. So it can handle it, probably. So this is a big omission, actually. Because this makes it risky. Because apparently Goldie comes into 15. We'll make it 16. Let's see if that changes. If 44 changes. 12.5. That's 5% in spikes. Am I stupid? I didn't even calc for sand or spikes. That's crazy. I mean, that tells you how tired I was. So 44 times 16. Let's just make Goldine, I'm just going to call it here, 16. Make Goldine 16 here, medium fast, 817, this, Goldine will be 16. Put this value in for now. I have to update it. Goldine 16 here as well, and then update its value from the XP. Wow, that could have really screwed everything up if I didn't catch that. So Goldine has 44 HP. And we switch in Goldine on Onyx, right? So basically it has 0. So basically it did dig, got barb damage, HP is 25. 10, Goldine switches in, Goldine eats 30 damage, we get 14, still get the barb, can you push barb on something else? That's really the question. I mean, it's 14. Aquajets. No, we're not done yet. 14, we get either 1 times spikes 5 HP, 5 would be 9, or 2 times spikes 7 HP, which would be 7. Then we would have 7 part 5 would be 2. Then you would live on 2 HP, which is plenty. Okay, so the line is still good, but I needed that level 16 for it to be safe. I could... I don't want to change too much of the line. Does the damage change for Goldeen? If it's level 16 against the Onyx, does 24 damage? No, it does not. So that should kill him because we did do a sludge with the Nido Queen. You sludge in the Onyx? No, right? Why would we do sludge? Oh, because we don't want to kill it, basically. That's the whole idea. And we don't want to take the barb with Nido Queen because I mean we could. So depending on how much HP there is, you could do that. But also you want the Onyx to be in range of the Aquajet. So if I scratch for 6 instead of sludge, I also remove some damage. It gets 2 times 4 barb damage, so it's 8. This brings it into Aquajet range. Let's say I would not do that. Aquajet is 24. So let's say I would damage it for 6. What's 9? Sludge multiple times? Wait, I'm not following. So the Nido Queen kills on turn 8. Okay. There's 1 of 2 HP values left. Then gets a max take for 20. For whatever reason, I set sludge to 4 damage. Makes sense. That means you have 34 health. Why would I ever say 39? 29. Did I calc with him? No. What did I calc with? Bro. Shouldn't be able to. And halves the defense stat. What? Also? Jesus. Explosion is more pro. 250. Also. Jeez. It's just a better self-destruct. Same PP, it's just stronger. Probably we're not getting it. Oh man, how can I calc this stuff so wrong sometimes? So I switch in. What changed? How did I end up doing 9 damage? Yeah, I click bite. And then hoped for a flinch. I probably did do that, and then I would get the spike, the barb. First. That would get it into range, but if I bite, I mean, if I crit the bite, would be 18. 18 would be in range of Aquajet. If I don't crit the bite, it would be 9. Goldine needs to just basically this starts to become a real problem if it starts to swagger. And why would it swagger? So in this case it just sees kill. When would it swagger? .38 would already be below 50. Oh, I'm stupid. They're both higher than 50%. No, wait, 70%. It's not. Okay, so that could be in my favor, actually. So it is not over 70%. 50% chance to score a -1 again. So basically would be equal chance again. If it's under 51, which it isn't. So the less HP I have, the less likely it will be to click it. But worst case, it could have +1. But if I am at this stage, it will never click swagger. So that's good if I get here, because it will see kill with higher roll crit. would it see skill with self-destruct? Does that apply also? User has other living party members. Ah, okay, because if it doesn't, then it could just nuke me and we would both die. In this case, then I lose still. In this case, because I have living mons, it will have a -10. So that's why it will never click self-destruct as a last mon. Okay. So that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. No modifier will change that. The only problem will be that it might get a 50% chance to swagger. I still have a Bibarel and a Grodel in the back that can both at the end already. So depending on the rolls and stuff. So if I need it to be at 24 at least, I need it to get 14 damage from somewhere. At the very least, I could get 8 from Barbs, so it's 28. Then, after 28, we get 32. Can we get 6 damage from Nidoqueen? We probably can. Not from Sludge. For sure not from Sludge. Because Nidoqueen's only coming in to do 1 Sludge. I wanted to do Bite. Then it gets the thing. I could do it. Then I would do 9. What does Grodel do in this case? We know it's not going to boom. I mean, then we always take, right? There's just no way that this doesn't work. I mean, I do get sand chipped. Can Vampy do something here? It's not faster. Even Grodel is not faster. So it would get 2 times highest roll of something, or maybe even a swagger. Potentially ruining the thing. I mean, Skitty. Can do 6. 5 something. Bring Skitty? We don't even bring Skitty. So Skitty spikes 1 do. So if we get a high roll crit, dig +5, then dead basically already. Oh, and also sand. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Skitty is out. Off disc. Off disc could be an option. Because we don't just want a sweeper, right? So if we can just switch in. It might be better than Grodel even. How much? Off disc. So let's say Nidoqueen does bite for 9. It's charm, right? No, that's fair. Grodel doesn't outspeed, so Bibarel is a better option. So then we would have to send out Love Disc actually. Add Love Disc to the mix here. Love Disc level 16. Can switch in .42. Would be a sand 5, spikes 5, and a spikes 7. So if the queen can do a bite, Nidoqueen does bite. For 9. And then gets Barb and gets 7 HP, 11 or HP 9. This could be a realistic scenario. We bite it for 9, so on turn 9 we'll have 29. It will no longer have warp. Turn 10 we switch to love disk. Oh, that's not good. Did I not click quit? What changed? Oh, I did the charm thing. Of course. I want to check the charm on this guy, of course. So let's say we do this, and then we do a bite, for example. Man, that could even kill. If that's the case, we do scratch. If we're swaggered, we do scratch. It would be even more damage. Cannot risk to kill it with crit. Anyway, so then we switch to love disk. Do so much more damage with 2 times attack. Ah, so we switch in. We could switch to left disk. HP will take maybe 36. Oh no, we cannot do that. It's basically dead. Fuck. I mean, these are all highest rolls, right? So you could risk it. Can you? 36 would be 6 HP. I mean, left disk needs to be able to have 12 left. What about Grodel? We could also what if we sludge for 4, sludge for 4, switch to Grodel, well, we sludge for 4 and then 4 bar of damage. We switch to Grodel, 6. Then we switch to Goldeen, 22. We could do that. We sludge for 4. This damage doesn't change. Except for this part. This doesn't change. We take 20 damage. Turn 10, it still wants to dig, but we switch to Grodel. Switch to Grodel, the dig. Wait, we switch for 4. Right, so it gets 34. And then bar 4 is HP 30. Then we switch HP 30, barb 26. Digs, probably the Grodel coming in, because it wants to dig this guy. Does it see kill? It sees kill with dig, so it's going to dig. It's going to dig the Grodel. For 10. It's the Grodel. Grodel we did not use yet. Grodel gets 42 HP from the attack, actually. Then time spikes. Grodel is 6 HP, 36, or 2 times spikes. Grodel is 8 HP, 34. Right? Right. There's 10. 10, 30, barbs for 26. So this happens when Grodel is there. Takes the 10, takes the 6 or the 8. And sand. Calc sand yet. Shit, I also didn't calc sand for the Golding. Fuck! I'm so stupid. Okay, you have to lock in. Vampy, Aaron, Eden Queen do not see sand, but they do see spikes. Grodel sees both. Comes in at 34 and sand also 6, right? So let's put sand first. Oh, that doesn't really matter. The HP is going to be 36. Then we have 6 spikes, 30 or 2 spikes to 28, basically. So those are the 2 options. Still Grodel is alive and kicking. It does not see kill, so it will throw whatever. Now I realize that Goldeen cannot take also barb. It cannot take the barb. I want the barb. How are we going to do this? Grodel. Sand. I mean, Grodel takes 18 damage maximum from Rock Throw. It's not faster. So in a weird world, it could get swaggered. Would hit itself. Then how do we calc self-hits actually? And if it's too high of a risk, I could probably... A lot of stuff can happen here, basically. These are enough turns to stall barbs. So it should get 4 damage of barbs damage each time. The spikes is really going to be, I think, crucial. It's a basic formula of 40 BP plus the confused Pokemon's attack stat. fight is potentially a lot harder. Because the guy can swagger, which I kind of knew, of course, but the swagger increases the target's attack stat and confuses it. It's not swaggering itself. Swaggering me. Pokemon. Of course, this doesn't really work on paper. Or at least it shouldn't, right? I think I'm going to lose a mon here. I mean, of course, I'm calcing again with the most ridiculous, always critting highest, blah blah blah. So I might just be fine. And also, I'm calcing with dealing lowest damage always. I might just be fine. I mean, this is the closest line I have to getting it. The only thing I need to keep in mind is that Nidoqueen needs 2 other mons to take the XP. That's the only thing that's really important. Actually needs 2. I mean, we didn't even calc for having it divided by 3. Just Needs one other mon. Neither queen cannot be the one killing it. That's the only requirement that I really have. I mean, we cannot disincentivize swagger. The only thing we can do is switch out into something else. We can switch out into something else and then I mean, in theory I could bring Delibird. That would again be a huge risk that I'm not willing to take actually. The rock throw is just so devastating. And why not Vampy? What was the problem with Vampy? It's slower. So if it starts to crit, it will get spikes also. Vampy will get like 7, 9 spikes depending. Let's say it could be 49. It all works if it doesn't crit, basically. Then we have a lot of outs, a lot of options. But anyway, these first two are quite safe, I would say. These first two are fine. Let's just do these first two. We can put a rest to some of the things. I'm going to keep the dock open, but you will not be seeing it. Okie dokie. We are going to the game. Finally, some action. The line would be for trainer Mason. Let's put the calc on the correct trainer. Mason. We would need Delibird. Not need this one ever. We will need Skitty. We will need Bibarel. We will need then I had 2 other mon Badu and Aaron. Oh yeah, Aaron is important. Basically, I cannot repel Manip. Liberal. Because I don't have repels before work. I would just have to deal with it. Okay, so we are going to keep Delibird, we're going to keep Skitty, we're going to make Beaverel 15. Actually, we're going to create a Beaverel because now we still have to. Let's go. I have a Turtwig that is 15. Buddy was now level 10. Next fight, it's going to be a Roselia anyway. I'm just going to buff it a bit. If we need it. If we need it, level 10 is going to be way too low. We can make 15. I'm going to do crazy work. Okay. Let's remove some stuff back. We have Delibird. Delibird, that is 14. Why do I say it does 44? Let's change it to 40. Oh, then it grows in level, of course. Now it's 14. Kill the first with 40, then it becomes 15. Skitty should do 10 fake out damage to Oof, I think. Boom. Switch Kitty in, takes. Does it take 10 damage? It doesn't take 10 damage, it takes probably 21. I didn't even count this properly, I think, because if. Oh, wait, it's Kitty 16. And now it's Kitty 13. 39 should take 24 damage from quick attack. Yeah, okay, so that's good. And then it does fake out 10. Switch to Bibarel, which should always be Bibarel 15. Turtwig should be 15 in this case, so we can just save that. This. Okay, we're going to count. Okay. I'm ready. Basically, the quick claw. Do we have? We send them on that is slow, like Turtwig. Turtwig is sent in at 8. Probably Vampy's even slower. It isn't. Okay, well then. Makes the holder move slower. Okay. Save for good mission. So we go to the mine. We already have our encounter here, which was the. What was that actually? The Vulpix. Vampy. Let's grab the item sheet as well. We're at it. fresh water. The moonstone there. Hopefully we get the moonstone before. Do we need it actually already? Besides boxes in the gauntlet. Okay. First trainer. Trainer, worker, mason. Okay, sends out combi. It has setup AI, so combi wants to set up tailwind first turn, and it will also pull it off because tailwind has a +5 priority. But combi doesn't take a powder snow very well, and it should die immediately. Now, great. Got tailwind turns because I think this might be the first tailwind turns. It should be up for 3 turns. Not sure how it works. So this could have been the first turn of tailwind. Doesn't matter for our line. Okay. Sends out Geodude. Geodude is the only one that sees. No, they all see super effective move. But due to the typing of the Pokemon, Geodude is the only one that has a super effective typing. So Geodude, even though we are in Tailwind, Tailwind means plus double the speed, basically. Geodude is still slower than me. 30 points. And also, Geodude doesn't take powder snow very well. Also should die instantly. Okay, then there's 2 months remaining with super effective move, but since Vampy is ground and sees no effective typing or even effective typing, it has to send Bidoof. Bidoof is more annoying because Bidoof sees a, well, it doesn't see it, but it has a crit KO with rollout. And rollout is a priority move in this game. So we switch out to Skitty, which can take a rollout. Well, probably it's going to roll out. Rollout. Skitty does what it always likes to do. It starts with fake outs. Do a minimum of 10 damage. Should always go first. Should flinch. It's a crit, it's huge. Berry juice. Not sure if I calced berry juice. I don't think I did. Wait, let me calc real quick. I have 13. A crit, the fake out, which could have done anything from 22 to 27. Right now to berry juice 20, so it should now be at 38. Back to 37. This looks more like it. So actually Tailwind should not be up anymore. Okay. Maybe we won't even see any of that. Realistically, Skitty can take another quick attack. Which is the highest damage, 24. Maybe I will do that because I don't think so in a non-crit scenario I would have done 10. It would never proc the berry juice. I don't think I calced with this. I also think my next I would have switched to Bibarel. Headbutt for 28, then headbutt again for 28. Which always would have killed any. Would that have mattered if I did Skitty fake out 13? Would have been at 36. 26. 26, and then headbutt would have killed. It's the second headbutt, 7. That's actually still a bit of. Let me just quick attack again. With Skitty, even if I crit, there's no way I can. I think this is safe. And I can take whatever it has. It's fine. This looks scary. But if we switch to Bibarel, Bibarel has unaware, but doesn't see the stat changes on Bidoof. So Bibarel should headbutt until Bidoof is dead, basically. Then it only has one left, which is Vampy. In this case we switch to Turtwig because Vampy doesn't see kill. Vampy doesn't see kill, but I can. Crit any of these moves. Let me put this in the correct number. I could not shot. Which makes its speed fall. It's fine. It's going to bulldoze again, right? 32 probably doesn't live. Crit here. Switching to third wick. Takes a bulldoze. Not that much. Lowers my speed. Now speed tight probably. I have a quick claw which hopefully works, and I mega drain. Crit. Nice. It almost max roll crit. Even another of those ice shards I can take. Doesn't even do it. It's fine. I'm very lucky that for the next fight, I didn't count for the Nido Queen yet. Because I don't get the Moonstone yet. That would have been pretty bad. I would have done that. I don't think I was expecting that, to be honest. Let's chain our Mason down. Next up is Worker Mason. Next up is Worker Colin. Just want to check the XP situation if I am actually calcing that stuff correctly. So what I said was Delibird should be at 92. That's exactly what it is. Skitty at. Well, I didn't. For the next fight, I just made Skitty 15, so that's why I'm not shown. 14 on the Biberal, which is correct. 68 on the third wick, which is correct. Didn't check that. Did you, Aaron? Didn't use any more mons, right? So it also doesn't make a difference. That's good. I could technically move the first file. Let's just move it there. So now we need to make decision. First save. Need to make the decision to get the Slugma. The chestnut. I'm going to ask the question. Can I just... Can I remove specific ones? So I check box, does it check trashed? Does check trashed, okay. So that's not what we want. Can we just get rid of some? Can I get rid of Bidoof? I can clear trash. Wait. I can do that. This. Something else I don't have anymore. In my next line, I'm going to need Love Disc, Pibarel, Delibird, Slugma. Just export all just for a second. I'll just create a new one as a temp. Let's just put queen in there. Trash. Correct. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 more. Was my duplicate. I have the Brazilian. Okay. The Brazilian first as well. Trash. Okay, so now we can go to the box. This. Specifically unaware ignores the changes on an enemy. That's what I said. Yeah, okay. actually not true because the pedal is actually 15 already. Save that. Skitty is 13 still, right? Teddy Bird is 15. That's correct. Should be 15 as well. Okay. They might say that They might say switch the love disc for Chestnut. This guy's been helping me quite a bit. Has very good IVs. Well, I mean, decent IVs. Buff. I mean, I know Wigglytuff could go really well. I'm not getting the value yet. Anyway, it's gonna be it for now. Let's think this one through. Sleep on it. Save the last fight. Last mine fight. Roark mine fight for tomorrow or something. So that's gonna be it for today. Hey, Grogus the Destroyer. Not sure you're still here, but sorry for missing you. I was too busy calcing. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye.